Hare Krishna, welcome to this special program on the systematic study of the greatest among all the Vedic scriptures, the Srimad Bhagavatam. Before we begin today's session, I shall chant a few prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, I would like to welcome everyone once more to this special program on the systematic study of the topmost among all the Vedic scriptures, which is known as Vidya Bhagavatavadhi, the supreme perfection of all divine spiritual knowledge culminates in the study of the Srimad Bhagavatam. The Srimad Bhagavatam is also glorified as Grantharaj, or the king of all the Vedic scriptures. The Srimad Bhagavatam contains 12 cantos, and currently we are studying and analyzing the second canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and till now we have heard from the lotus mouth of Shukadeva Goswami in the previous chapter, in the 5th chapter, the most precise and exact details of how exactly the creation takes place. This entire cosmic manifestation is generated, although this is described in a very interesting conversation between the great sage Narada with Lord Brahma. So although sometimes people are under the impression that the creator of this universe is Brahma, so now the same question was asked by Narada to Brahma, and at that time Brahma reveals that the original creator is actually the Supreme Lord Vasudeva Shri Krishna. So how the elemental creation, the basic original creation, is executed by the Supreme Lord Krishna in his expansion, first as the Karanodakashayi Vishnu by casting his glance on the Mahat Tattva, and is then agitated by the interactions of the three modes of material nature, Sattva Guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna, and then the first are created the Pancha Mahabhutas, the 5 great elements, and after that the various other totally 24 elements, and then all the planetary systems. So before that there are innumerable Brahmandas or universes. The Lord again in his expansion, Karanodakashayi Vishnu, expands and enters into each one of the universe as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and after that sets up all the planetary systems. So this is the process of creation as explained in the 5th chapter of the 2nd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Brahma continues to explain in the 6th chapter of the 2nd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam how all the various factors and features and varieties of the entire cosmic manifestation of this entire material world are made possible by the energy of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So now Lord Brahma, after explaining the process of creation and also describing how the original creator is not Brahma, not himself, but actually the Supreme Lord Vasudeva Shri Krishna. He very clearly explains this in 2.6.32 that this is the statement made by Lord Brahma, and he gives his final conclusion by saying that Srijami tanniyuktoham haro harati tadvashaha vishwam purusharupena paripati trishaktidrik. Actually, Srijami, I perform the creation. The creation of Brahma is actually the secondary creation. The example can be given just like an engineer may pick up all the raw materials and build a huge skyscraper. So the creation of the engineer is actually the secondary creation because the raw materials were already present. Whereas the creation of the raw materials, that is the primary creation, and that is done only, that can be done only by the Supreme Lord Vasudeva Shri Krishna. So Brahma says that whatever creation I do is nothing but Srijami tanniyuktoham, being inspired, being energized, and being appointed by the Supreme Lord. So I create being appointed by the Supreme Lord Krishna, Srijami tanniyuktoham, and likewise Haro harati tadvashaha. Haraha refers to Lord Shiva, who is also known as the ultimate destroyer of the entire material world. But even Haraha or Lord Shiva performs this action of destruction under the supreme control of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Vishwam Purusha Rupena Paripati Trishaktidrik. It is actually the Lord in his incarnation, in his expansion as the Karanodakashayi Vishnu, who is the first among the three Purusha incarnations of the Supreme Lord, that he possesses the original, complete, the entirety of the three main energies of creation, maintenance, and destruction. So these are the major, the primary feature of this material world is that it is created, it stays for some time, and that is called maintenance, and finally everything is destroyed. So these energies of creation, maintenance, and destruction are completely and wholly the prerogative of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, and he further entrusts a portion of the execution of creation to Lord Brahma, and the process of destruction is handed to Lord Shiva. But originally all the main functions of creation, maintenance, and destruction are performed by Lord Krishna himself. So this is very clearly stated in 2.6.32 by Lord Brahma himself. He says, Srijami tanniyuktoham haro harati tadvashaha vishwam purusha rupena paripati trishaktidrik. Now, this is the potency of the Supreme Lord with regard to this material world, the material creation. But this is not the complete glory of the potency of the Supreme Lord. So it is also revealed that beyond this Martya Loka, the material world is also known as Martya Loka, or this samsara is the place where all the living beings are subjected to mrityu, death, and therefore this material world is called Martyaloka. But beyond this material world, as repeatedly mentioned also in the Bhagavad Gita and also here in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is Martyaloka, but beyond the Martyaloka is Amritaloka, the world of immortality, the world of the eternal region. So that Amritaloka is the real original kingdom of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, and that is the real glory and the manifestation of the Supreme Lord's internal potency and energy. So that is also mentioned in 2.6.18, that one should not think that this material world is the only creation of the Supreme Lord. This is actually the most insignificant feature of the energy of the Supreme Lord. This material world is also compared to a karagraha or to a prison house or a jail. So just like when a city is established, when a nagara, when a huge city is created or established, the place for the prison house, for the jail would be a very, very small portion. The real features of the city would be the many, many wonderful buildings and gardens and all these features. The jail is just a small, insignificant portion of the entire city. And likewise, that is the situation of this material world. It's a very, very insignificant prison house like creation of the Supreme Lord. The real potency, the real energy of the Supreme Lord is actually displayed and manifested in the Amrita Loka, not in Madhya Loka, in Amrita Loka, which is also known as Vaikuntha Loka. So in 2.6.18, Lord Brahma says that so Amritasya bhayasyesho Magtyam annam yadatyagad mahimaisha tato brahman purushasya duratyayaha. That actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He is the supreme controller of Amrita, of immortality and Abhayam and fearlessness. He is completely transcendental to death and all the fruitive reactions of this material world. Amritasya Abhayasya Ishaha. He is the supreme Lord and controller of Amrita and Abhaya, of immortality and fearlessness. Martyam Annam Yad Atyagat. Atyagat means he is completely aloof and he is beyond the Martyam Annam. Here Martyam Annam refers to all the attainments of the Martya Loka of the material world. So whatever may be of so-called value of this material world is actually worthless for the Supreme Lord, because His real energy, real potency is displayed in the realm of immortality and fearlessness in the spiritual world, in the Vaikuntha Loka. So this is the real glory, and therefore Mahima Esha Tato Brahman Purushasya Duratyayaha. Therefore, it is impossible to factually measure the infinite glories of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. His Mahima is Duratyayaha. It is impossible to measure and understand and comprehend for an ordinary person. So that spiritual world is also a glimpse about that eternal realm, the Amrita Loka, is given by Lord Brahma. 2.6.19 says, Padeshu sarva bhutani pumsaha sthitipado viduhu amritam kshemam abhayam trimugno dhai mugdhasu. Padeshu sarva bhutani. Bhutani refers to all the living beings that are born or are created. So it refers to Sarva Bhutani, all the living entities of this samsara or the material world actually belong only to Pada. Pada here refers to, normally there are Chatushpada. So in Vedic mathematics there is the understanding of Pada being of 4 parts, and Ekapada, this material world is only 1/4 of the Lord's potency and creation. The real glory of the Lord is in the immortal realm where Trimugdhno Adhai Mugdhasu. The Supreme Lord is actually the supreme reservoir of all the material opulences only by Pada, only by 1/4 of his energy, in which all the living entities exist. Whereas beyond this material world, in the kingdom of God, the Supreme Lord is the supreme master of the 3 manifestations of Amritam, Kshemam, Abhayam, of deathlessness. Amritam, Kshemam, which is freedom from all anxiety of old age and disease, Kshemam, and Abhayam, fearlessness. These are the characteristics of the spiritual world, the kingdom of God. There is deathlessness, there is complete freedom from all anxiety arising from old age and disease, and there is Abhayam, complete fearlessness. Now, who are the living entities in this material world and who are in the spiritual world? That is beautifully explained in 2.6.20 as Padastrayo Bahishchasan Aprajanamya Ashramaha Antastrilokyastvaparo Grihamedho Abrihadvrataha. That actually the Tripad Vibhuti, Padastrayaha, the majority, the main, the 3/4 or 75% of the Lord's infinite energy. So actually when you take one portion of infinity, again it is infinite. So likewise the 75% of the major portion of the Lord's supreme potency is Bahihi, is beyond this material world. Even for Lord Brahma, he is referring that Padastrayo Bahishchasan Aprajanam Ya Ashramaha, and that is exclusively reserved for the completely surrendered devotees of the Supreme Lord, who are completely purified of all material contamination and are free from all material desires. Whereas this material world are for those living entities who have turned away from the Supreme Lord and still have or maintain material desires. So this is the division of the material world, and beyond the material world, the spiritual world. So this material world, when it was created, Lord Brahma says, he gives the whole background that Yadasya Nabhyan Nalinad Aham Asam Mahatmanaha Navidam Yagna Sambharan Purushavayavanvite. When I was born from the abdominal lotus flower that sprouted from the Supreme Lord, from Lord Mahavishnu, from Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, I was completely in ignorance, and I did not know what exactly I should be doing. And later, by the inspiration of the Supreme Lord, by the revelation of the Supreme Lord, I was inspired to begin this material creation. So this is going to be further elaborately explained in the 9th chapter of the 2nd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, as to how Lord Brahma received the inspiration, knowledge and everything requisite, required for doing this material creation. So in this way, Lord Brahma reiterates that actually I am not the creator, but it is the Supreme Lord. And by the grace and by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, whatever creation, secondary creation I do is also solely and completely only by the grace and mercy of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. And this is very nicely explained and described by Lord Brahma in 2.6.34. He says that न भारती मेंग मृषोपलक्ष्यते न वै क्वचिन्मे मनसो मृषा गतिः न मे हृषिकाणि पतन्त्य सत्पथे यन्मे हृदौत्कण्ठ्यवताद्वितो हरिः. That whatever I say, na bharati me anga mrishopalakshate, my speech never becomes false. Lord Brahma is saying that my speech, the speech of Lord Brahma is always infallible. Likewise, the progress of his mind is ever undeterred, nor are the senses of Lord Brahma ever degraded by any attachment to material things. So Lord Brahma is able to do all these activities in such a wonderful way, he says, only by the process of Hridaya Autkantya Avadhito Harihi, because I have caught hold firmly of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Sri Hari in the core of my heart. So Hridaya Autkantya, with great zeal, with great enthusiasm, I always meditate on the lotus feet of Dhrito Harihi, on the lotus feet of Lord Sri Hari, and that is the secret of all my capabilities, of all my qualifications. So that is actually the attitude of real and humble devotee, that he acknowledges the fact that all his qualifications, all his attainments and achievements are only due to the grace of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So he further says that Soham samamna mayamastapomayaha prajapatinam abhivandita patihi asthaya yogam nipunam samahitaha tam nadhyagacham yata atma sambhavaha. That although I am known as the great Brahma, perfect in all Vedic wisdom and knowledge, although I have undergone the maximum penance and austerities, I am the most expert in mystic powers and self-realization, and I am recognized by all the Prajapatis who offer respectful obeisances unto me, still Lord Brahma says that I am unable. Lord Brahma is saying here, and this statement of Lord Brahma we'll find in many parts of the Srimad Bhagavatam. The greatest living entity, the greatest among all the Devatas, says that I am unable to fully realize and understand the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So this is the supreme and infinite glory of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, that even Lord Brahma is unable to fully realize and understand the Supreme Lord. So what should one do? Brahma says that natosmyaham taccharanam samiyusham bhavachidam swastyayanam sumangalam yo hyatma maya vibhavam swaparyaghan yathana bhasvantamatha pare kutaha. So there is no point in trying to completely understand the Supreme Absolute Truth, the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So the best course of action should be natosmyaham taccharanam samiyusham. Therefore it is best for me. Brahma says that even for Brahma, The best path is to simply surrender unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, by which one can be delivered from all the miseries of repeated birth and death in this material world. And such surrender is the most all auspicious for all the people of this world, and gives the opportunity for those who surrender to him to experience the all blissful happiness that is the original constitutional position of every Jivatma. So in this way, Lord Brahma continues to explain the glories of the Supreme Lord by saying that Naham na yuyam yadritam gatim vidur navamadeva kimuta pare suraha tanmayaya mohita buddhayastvidam vinirmitam chatma samam vichakshmahe. That neither me, na aham, na yuyam, nor you, na bhavascha, neither Vamadevaha. Vamadeva is another name of Lord Shiva. So neither Lord Shiva nor you nor I could ascertain the limits of the glories of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So therefore, how can the other lesser devatas know it? So just like in the Srimad Bhagavatam Gita, many times Krishna has said, like in the 10th chapter, Name viduhu suraganaha, that I cannot be realized even by suraganaha, but by all the devatas. And the same fact is being spoken by the suragana, by the chief of all the suras, by the chief of all the devatas, by Lord Brahma, that none of us can actually reach the limit of the glories and the infinite potencies and energies of the Supreme Lord. So in this way, Lord Brahma says that Sa Esha Adhyaha Purushaha Kalpe Kalpe Srijatyadaha Atmatmanyatmanatmanam sasamyachati paticha. It is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, who by expanding as the three Purushavataras, as Karanodakashai Vishnu, Garbhodakashai Vishnu and the Kshirodakashai Vishnu, creates this entire cosmic manifestation, and then he maintains it, and finally he annihilates the entire material creation by absorbing the entire creation back into his self. So in this way, the actual position of this material world in terms of creation, maintenance and destruction is very clearly defined and explained by none other than Lord Brahma himself. So, yet if there are people who wrongly think that there is any absolute truth or there is any God or Supreme Lord other than Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma once more explains the most unfortunate position of such people from 2.6.43 to 45. He very clearly says now that Aham bhavo yagna ime prajesha dakshadayo ye bhavadadayascha swaglokapala khagalokapala nrilokapala stalalokapalaha Gandharva Vidyadhara Charanesha Ye Yaksharakshoraganaghanathaha Ye Varishinam Rishabha Pitrinam Daitrendya Siddheshwara Danavendraha Anye Chaye Preta Pishacha Bhuta Kushmandayado Mriga Pakshadhishaha Yatkinchaloke Bhagavan Mahaswad Ojas Sahasvat Balavat Kshamavad Shri Hri Vibhutyatmavad Adbhutagnam Tattvam Param Rupavad Aswarupam. This is a very, very important statement and instruction given by Lord Brahma. He explains that Yat Kincha Loke, whatever may appear in this material world to be very powerful, with filled with a lot of attributes and potencies and beauty or anything, either form or formless, either nirakara or sakara, and which may appear to a person to be tattvam param, to be the specific truth of Bhagavan, of the Supreme Lord, is actually be it anything. So he has given, Lord Brahma gives a long list of things that may be misunderstood, may be misconstrued by people to be the supreme truth or God or the supreme, either formless or with form. So what is the list? Let us just go through that. Either aham referring to Lord Brahma, aham bhava refers to Lord Shiva, or the great Prajapatis like Daksha, or yourselves Narada and Kumaras, Swaralokapalaha, the heavenly demigods like Indra, Chandra, the leaders of the Bhuloka planets, the leaders of the earthly planets, the leaders of the lower planets, the leaders of the Gandharva planets, the leaders of the Vidyadhara planets, or the Charanaloka planets, or the gods of the Yakshas, Rakshas and Rakshasas and Uragas, the great sages, the great demons, the great atheists, the great spacemen, or the dead bodies or evil spirits. Sometimes people think that some bhuta, preta, pishacha is the supreme, and they worship such bhuta puja is done. So whatever, even the bhuta, preta, pishachascha, yaksha, raksho, vinayakaha, the kushmandas, the aquatics, the beasts or birds or anything and everything which may be exceptionally possessed of power, opulence, mental and perceptual dexterity. So Shri Vibhuti Atmavad Adbhutagnam. So whatever it may be, and which may be misunderstood to be Loke Bhagavan Mahaswad, and to be the Tattvam Param, the Parama Tattva. It may Rupavad or without a Rupa, form or without form. It may appear to be the Parama Tattva, but actually it is Aswarupam. This is a very important thing. Brahma says, Lord Brahma says that it is not the real Parama Tattva, it is not the real truth. So if a person thinks that any of these personalities or some Nirakara, Avyakta, Nirguna, Brahman or whatever is the Paramatatva, Lord Brahma has given this statement that they are wrong, they are mistaken, they have not yet properly understood what is Tattvam Param, which is none other than the Paramatatva is Vasudeva Shri Krishna, and all the other things, all the other personalities are only a fragment of the divine potency of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So that Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, Pradhanyato ya narisha amananti leelavataran purushasya bhumnaha apiyatam karnakashaya shoshan anukramisheta iman supeshan. That Supreme Lord Shri Krishna also appears in this material world in multifarious avatars or incarnations. And now Lord Brahma says that now I shall describe to you specifically the category of incarnations or avatars known as the Leela-avataras. Leela-avataras are the incarnations or avatars of the Supreme Lord who come to perform some specific Leela or specific pastimes. So just by hearing of the activities of the Supreme Lord in his various Leela-avataras or incarnations, completely vanquishes all the material contamination, and these divine pastimes are most pleasing to the heart and to the soul to hear, and are the real subject matter of spiritual bliss, and they are relished by the great devotees. So Lord Brahma says that all these various descriptions of the Leela Avataras are in my heart, and now I shall describe them to you. So in this way, Lord Brahma concludes the 6th chapter of the 2nd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam by very unequivocally, by very emphatically establishing that the Supreme Absolute Truth, the Supreme Creator, the Supreme Controller, the Supreme Destroyer, the Supreme of everything with regard to the material and the spiritual worlds is none other than the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So whatever else is regarded as the Supreme is just a matter of illusion. It is a misunderstanding. It is not the complete revelation of the Supreme Absolute Truth. So unless one comes to the point, as explained also in the Bhagavad Gita 7.19, that Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudevaha Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabhaha. One who has come to this final understanding and conclusion that Vasudeva, Krishna is the Supreme Absolute Truth, is the real Mahatma, is a great soul, but Samahatma Sudurlabha, it is very, very rare, most rare to find a person who has come to this ultimate conclusion that the Supreme Absolute Truth is Vasudeva Shri Krishna. So now let us proceed to the study and analysis of the 7th chapter of the 2nd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which very beautifully describes, Lord Brahma describes the various Leela Avataras of the Supreme Lord. Specifically, Lord Brahma in the 7th chapter of the 2nd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam describes about 24 Leela Avataras of the Supreme Lord, beginning with Lord Varaha. Shri Brahmo Vacha in 2.7.1, Lord Brahma says that Yatrodyatak Shititaloddharanaya Bibhrad Kraudim Tanum Sakala Yagnamayi Manantaha Antar Mahagnava Upagatamadi Daityam Tam Damshtrayadrimiva Vajradharo Dadara. So in the first verse he explains how Lord Varaha performed the wonderful Leela, the superhuman Leela of lifting the entire earthly realm which had fallen into the Garbhodaka ocean, not any Indian or Pacific ocean, but in the Garbhodaka ocean. Lord Varaha lifted it out and placed it in its proper position. So Lord Varaha is explained, and then there is, in the 2nd verse, he explains about Yagna Murti, an avatara who appeared in the Swayambhuva Manvantara, the first Manvantara, as Yagna Murti, Jato Ruchera Janayat Suyaman Suyagna Akuti Sunuramaran Athadakshinayam Lokatrayasya Mahatim Aharadyaragtim Swayambhuvena Manuna Harirityanuk. So the Yagna Avatara is referred to here as Suyagna, and he appeared as the divine son of Ruchi and Akuti, Ruchi Maharshi and Akuti. So Akuti is one of the daughters of Swayambhuva Manu. So all these descriptions would be given later in the further cantos of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So I'll just read out the list of the various avatars, the 24 Leela Avataras, described by Lord Brahma in the 7th chapter of the 2nd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, beginning with Varaha, Yagna, Kapila, Dattatreya, the Chatussana Kumaras, Naranarayana, Prishnigarbha, Prithu, the 9th one is Rishabha, 10th is Hayagriva, 11th is Matsya, 12th is Kurma, 13th is Narasimha, 14th is Hari Avatara, who came to save Gajendra. And Prishnigarbha is the Avatara who appeared to bless Dhruva, the Bhakta Dhruva, the boy saint devotee Dhruva. The 14th is Hari, 15th is Vamana, 16th is Hamsavatara, who gave instructions to Narada about divine spiritual knowledge. 17th is Manvantara Avatara, 18th is Dhanvantari. In 2.7.21 it is stated that Dhanvantarischa Bhagavan Swayameva Kirtir Nam Nam Nridam Pururuja Maruja Ashuhanti Yagnecha Bhagam Amritayurava Varundha Ayushya Veda Manushasti Avatirya Loke. It is Lord Dhanvantari who blesses all the living beings with good health and happiness, and he inaugurated the Ayurveda Shastra, and just by chanting his holy name, the divine holy name of Dhanvantari, one can, in an offenseless manner, one can become free from all material diseases. The 19th avatara mentioned is Parashurama, and then the 20th avatara is Lord Sri Ramachandra. So all the avatars have been just mentioned in 1 or 2 verses, but Lord Rama is described by Lord Brahma in 3 verses. Specifically, Lord Brahma says that Asmat Prasada Sumukha Kalaya Kalesha Ikshvaku Vamsha Avatirya Gurogni Deshe Tishtan Vanam Sadaitanuja Avivesha Yasmin Virudhya Dashakandhara Artimagchad. Lord Brahma says that Lord Sri Ramachandra appeared on the prayers offered by me and many other devatas to become free from the torture, from the atrocities of Dashakandhara, the 10-headed Ravana. So the 20th incarnation is Rama, and then the 21st incarnation, who is not just Avatara. Lord Brahma explains that he is the Avatari, the original source of all the varieties of avatars, and that is Lord Shri Krishna. So in fact, Lord Brahma describes about Lord Krishna in 10 verses from text number 26 up to 35 that Bhume Suretara Varutha Vimagditaya Klesham Vyayaya Kalaya Sita Krishna Keshaha Jatak Karishyati Jana Anupalakshya Margaha Karmani Chatma Mahimo Panibandhanani. That Lord Krishna, how he performed his wonderful enchanting and divine pastimes are mentioned here by Lord Brahma from text number 26 up to 35. And finally Lord Brahma says that Vyajahvayena Harina Nilayam Tadiyam. Lord Krishna also engaged first of all, Lord Brahma explains his most beautiful divine transcendental pastimes or leelas. Just by hearing about the leelas of Lord Krishna, the devotees can attain the highest perfection of liberation and go back home, back to Godhead. But Lord Krishna, in the final verse, Lord Brahma also explains that Lord Krishna also engaged in the killing of many demons. So that is also explained here, that ये च प्रलम्बदरखरदर्दुरकेश्यरिष्टा मल्लेभकंसयवना कपिपौण्ड्रकाद्याः अन्ये च शाल्वकुचबल्वलदन्तवक्रा सप्तोक्षशम्बरविदूरथ रुक्मिमुख्याः. Many demons like Pralamba, Dhenuka, Baka, Keshi, Arishta, Chanuda, Mushtika, Kuvalaya, Pida, Kamsa, Yavana, Narakasura, Poundraka, Shalva, Dvivida, Balvala, Dantavakra, the seven bulls, Shambara, Viduratha, Rukmi, many of them were killed by the Supreme Lord. But even those who were killed by the Supreme Lord even the killing of the Supreme Lord Krishna is the highest benefit for those living entities, because even anyone who is even killed by Lord Krishna attains moksha, attains liberation. In fact, 2.7.35 further reveals that even the people who are killed by the Supreme Lord's pure devotees like Arjuna and Bhima, Yeva Mridhe Samiti Shalina Attachapaha Kamboja Matsya Kuruskinjaya Kaikayadyaha Yasyantyadarshanamallam Bala Partha Bhima. Partha refers to Partha, Arjuna and Bhima. Bala Partha Bhima Vyaja Vaena Harina Nilayam Tadiyam, and Bala referring to Balarama. So all those personalities who were even killed by Balarama, Partha, Arjuna and Bhima Sena, all of them went to Hari Nilaya or Vaikuntha Loka. Even they attained liberation. So then the 22nd incarnation is described as Vedavyasa. The 23rd Leela Avatara is Lord Buddha, but here in 2.7.37 the Buddha is of a different Kali Yuga, and the 24th Leela Avatara is mentioned as Kalki Avatara. So now after describing all these various Leela Avataras, Lord Brahma says that actually it is impossible. Vishnu Nuvirya Gananam Katamogatiha Yapparthivanyapi Kavir Vimamera Jamsi Chaskambhayasva Rahasas Khalatat Vipishtam Yasma Trisamya Sadanadu Urukampayanam. Even the greatest of philosophers or scientists, who might even be able to count the particles of atoms in the entire universe, cannot fully realize the prowess of the Supreme Lord Vishnu. In fact, he further says that in 2.7.41 that Nantam Vidam Yahamami Munayo Grajaste Maya Balasya Purushasya Kutovaraye Gayan Gunan Dashashatanana Adi Devaha Sheshodhunapi Samavasyati Nasya Param. That neither me, that is Lord Brahma, nor all the sages, nor anybody else who are much inferior to us, even Ananta Shesha, who has got 1,000 heads, Dashashata Anana, who has got 1,000 mouths, right from the beginning of creation, is continually describing the divine transcendental glories and energies and qualities of the Supreme Lord Krishna, and na antam, still he has not reached the end or limit of the glories of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So therefore it is practically impossible to completely or fully realize the infinite glories and energies of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So yet Yesham sa esha bhagavan dayayedanantaha sarvatmana shritapado yedi nirvyalikam te dustaramati taranti cha deva mayam naisha mamahamiti dhi shvashrighala bhakshi. But anyone who is specifically favored by the Supreme Lord, dayaya, by his daya, by his compassion, by unalloyed and complete surrender and service to the Supreme Lord, can factually overcome the insurmountable ocean of material illusion and can understand the Supreme Lord to some extent. So, therefore, it is impossible to completely realize the Supreme Lord, but to some extent one can realize the Supreme Lord. And how and who are the personalities who have been able to realize the Supreme Lord to some extent. That list is also given as, although it is impossible to completely realize him, here in 2.7.43 to 45, Lord Brahma gives a list of Veda, those who have factually realized to some extent the glories of the Supreme Lord have been enlisted here. वेदाहमंग परमस्य हि योगमायां यूयं भवश्च भगवान् अथ दैत्यवर्यः पत्नी मनोस च मनुश्च ददान्मशाश्च प्राचीन बर्हिर्भुरंग उत ध्रुवश्च इक्ष्वाकुरैलमुचुकुन्द विदेहगाधी रघ्वम्बरीश सगरागयनाहुषाद्याः मान्धात्रलैर्कशतधन्वनुरन्तिरेवा देवव्रतो बलिरमूर्तरयो दिलीपः सौभर्युतङ्कशिबिले देवलपिप्पलादा सारस्वतोद्धव पराशर भूरिषेणाः येन्ये विभीषण हनुमदुपेन्द्रदत्ता पार्थाष्टिशेन विदुरश्रुतदेववर्याः. Those who Veda, those who know the factual glories and potencies of the Supreme Lord are, although the potencies of the Supreme Lord are unknowable and immeasurable, still because these are surrendered souls, they know how the Supreme Lord acts through his Yoga Maya potencies. So therefore, these potencies of the Lord are known to Lord Brahma. Veda Aham, he says that Veda Aham, Yuyam, and also Narada. So first of all, the Supreme Lord has been realized to some extent by Lord Brahma, by Narada, Lord Shiva, Prahlada, Swayambhuva Manu, Shatarupa, Priyavrata, Uttanapada, Akuti, Devahuti, Prasuti, Prachina Barhi, Ribhu, Anga, Dhruva, Ikshvaku, Aila, Muchukunda, Maharaja Janaka, Gadhi. Gadhi is another name of Vishwamitra. The father of Vishwamitra is Gadhi, Gadhi Sutaha. Raghu, Ambarisha, Sagara, Gaya, Nahusha, Mandhata, Alarka, Shatadhanva, Anu, Rantideva, Bhishma, Bali, Amurtaraya, Dilipa, Saubhari, Utanka, Shibi, Devala, Pippalada, Saraswata, Uddhava, Parashara, Bhurishena, Vibhishana, Hanuman, Shukadeva Goswami, Arjuna, Arshtisena, Vidura and Shrutadeva, and many other such great and completely surrendered souls. So Te Vai Vidanti in 2.7.46 Lord Brahma says that Te Vai Vidantyati Taranti Cha Deva Mayam Stri Shudra Khuna Shabara Api Papa Jivaha Yadyadbhuta Krama Parayana Shila Shikshas Tiryajana Api Kimushruta Dharanaye. That not only them surrendered, anyone who completely surrenders to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, even those who are from very sinful backgrounds, even those who are less intelligent like the women or the Shudras or the birds and beasts, even birds and beasts, they also have been mentioned here, that Tiryak, that those who are even from the animal species of life, they can know and understand the science of the Supreme Absolute Truth, of the science of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, and in this way attain liberation from the clutches of the illusory energy. by surrendering unto the pure devotees of the Supreme Lord and following in the footsteps of devotional service. So this is the path, this is the way of attaining the knowledge of the Supreme Lord. It is further described that Shashvat Prashantam Abhayam Pratibodha Matram Shuddham Samam Sadasata Paramatmadattvam Shabdo Nayatra Purukkarakavan Kriyantho Maya Paretyu Abhimukhecha Vilajjamana Tadvai Padam Bhagavataha Paramasya Pumso Brahmeti Yed Vidurajasra Sukham Vishokam. So this is the ultimate phase of the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Enjoyer, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is eternally free from all disturbances and any kind of material attribute or material condition. He is complete consciousness and completely opposed to any conception of matter. He is completely uncontaminated without any material distinctions. He is the principal primeval cause of all causes and effects, in whom there are no fruitive activities and in whom there is no trace of Maya or the illusory energy, the illusory potency. So that Supreme Lord can be realized only by the process of devotional service and surrender to the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, and by no other way. Even in the Bhagavad Gita 18.55, Krishna says that Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati Yavan Yashchasmi Tattvataha. To factually understand and realize the Supreme Lord is possible only by the path of bhakti or the path of devotional service. Bhaktyaham ekaya grahyaha is also spoken, is also stated in the Uddhava Gita in the 11th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, that the Supreme Lord can be realized by the singular, by the only path of bhakti. Bhaktya aham ekaya grahyaha yavan yashchasmi tattvataha. The Supreme Lord Bhagavan can be realized only by the path of pure devotional service. And bhakti is such a process that in 2.7.48 Lord Brahma gives a very, very beautiful example, that a bhakta or a devotee need not get diverted or need not practice any other path of spiritual practice, just like either of knowledge, renunciation. Automatically everything is completely manifest for a bhakta, for a devotee. And a very nice example and illustration is given, that Sadhran Niyamya Yatayo Yamakagta Hetim Jahyuswarad Ivanipana Khanitramindraha. Nipana in Sanskrit means a well. So a ordinary person may dig a well for his or her requirement of water. But Indraha, for Indra, who has the full control of the supply of water for the entire world, for the entire universe, he does not have any need, absolutely no need for Indra to take the trouble and effort to dig a well for his requirement of water. He has got a huge supply of water. He is the one who provides and arranges for rainfall, and by which the wells of the entire world get their supply. So likewise, a devotee, just by the practice of bhakti or devotional service, automatically attains all the requisites for advancement on the spiritual path and attains the ultimate stage of mukti or liberation. So a devotee need not separately try or put any effort. A devotee has already surpassed all the other stages and steps of self and God realization. Bhakti is therefore again and again repeatedly established as the supreme spiritual path in the text of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So therefore, Lord Brahma finally says that idam bhagavatam nama yanme bhagavatoditam sangrahoyam vibhutinam tvametad vipulikuru. That this science of the supreme absolute truth of the Supreme Lord Bhagavan is known as Srimad Bhagavatam, and this was instructed to me. Lord Brahma says that the Srimad Bhagavatam was revealed to Lord Brahma directly by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Yanme Bhagavata Uditam. This was spoken to me directly by Bhagavan. So that is the original history of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And more about this would be revealed in the 9th chapter of the 2nd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So Brahma says that this was spoken directly by the Supreme Lord to me at the beginning of creation, and therefore Lord Brahma has now instructed the same Srimad Bhagavatam to Narada and would further continue to describe this. So, yatha haro bhagavati nrinam bhaktir bhavishyati sarvatman yakhila dhare iti sankalpya varnaya. And Lord Brahma is instructing Narada to now further expand and glorify and to spread this message of the Srimad Bhagavatam as extensively as possible. So, this is the prime activity of Lord Brahma, of Narada, and of all the great devotees who follow in the footsteps of Lord Brahma and of Narada Muni, that they always are eager to very extensively preach and spread the message of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which gives the ultimate knowledge of the Supreme Absolute Truth, the Supreme Lord Bhagavan, Shri Krishna, and how to attain the ultimate destination of the human form of existence for any living being, which is to go back home, back to the spiritual world, the eternal kingdom of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So please do like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please do join us for the continuation of the systematic study of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you are most welcome to post it on the WhatsApp group and also on the comments box in the YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.